Hi, and welcome to Debt Tell. This is Rebecca Bautista, and this video is all about credit scores. All right, so what is a credit score? A credit score is a 3-digit number used to determine how credible a person is in terms of credit worthiness. In other words, how likely is that person going to pay back their debts? Higher score makes them more credible, lower score makes them riskier. The credit score ranges from a score of 300 all the way up to 850. Why 850? I don't really know, to be honest. That's just the range that these credit score companies are going by. So another thing you need to know is that there are 3 major financial credit bureaus, and what they do is they collect your financial data and they aggregate it. So the 3 major players are Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Please note that your credit score can vary across the 3 because not all of your loans will be reported to all 3 bureaus. Most will report to all 3, but some might not. And because of that, each one of your bureaus will have a slightly different information for you, and therefore your score is going to be different. Once again, what's the point of having a higher score? Well, a higher score means you're a more credible borrower, which actually gives you the perk or the benefit of getting a lower interest rate and sometimes better terms of like how long you pay back. If you have a lower credit score, it shows that you are a riskier borrower, and in order for a creditor to give you money, they will charge you more interest just to make sure that they have a better chance of recouping their money. So why a credit score system? Well, prior to having a credit score, it really depended on who you knew in order to get a loan. So unfortunately, that meant that it was to the lender's discretion, which could lead to some biases. Now that we have a more systematic method of calculating how creditworthy a person is, it just makes it easier for an individual to get a loan. So how are these scores ranked? So in the past, you may have heard, oh, I have bad credit, oh, I have good credit, oh, I have exceptional credit. Well, because most lenders have a range and categorize people based on these scores. There are generally 5 categories. There's poor, fair, good, very good, and exceptional. Remember that your lowest score is technically 300. 0 means you have absolutely no credit history, and then 3 is like the very base. A poor credit score is 300 through 579. A fair credit score is 580 through 669. A good credit score is 670 to 739. A very good credit score is 740 to 799, and then an exceptional credit score is 800 to 850, because again, the max is 850. Please remember that this is a range, and your loan mortgage person, whoever, may actually have additional factors that they consider when they're loaning you money to determine how credible you are. Also note that some loans actually don't have 5 categories. They loan it into 4 categories. So instead of having a good and very good and exceptional, it's just good and excellent. So in those cases, 661 to 780 would be a good score, and then 780 plus, that would be an excellent score. So can you have a perfect score of 850? Well, technically, yes, you can, but it's not that easy to maintain long term. Remember that your credit score changes based off of your history. So let's say certain things come off of your report. In that case, your numbers might fluctuate just a little bit, and therefore it's really hard. Plus, there's no true benefit to actually having a perfect score of 850. Generally speaking, there is little difference in what is considered your top tier. So if you are top tier at 780 for your credit loan, it doesn't make a difference if your score is 810. You're already in top tier. Why are there so many possible credit scores out there? Well, it's just a matter of numbers, really. So remember, there's 3 credit bureaus, so each credit bureau has their own number. The other scores are a conglomerate across those 3, and there are minor credit bureaus as well. So it really honestly just depends on what your lender is looking at and how they're pulling their numbers. Right now in the credit scoring space, there are 2 main players. There's the FICO score, and then there's the Vantage score. Both have their pros and cons, and in the interest of keeping this video fairly short, each one is actually going to get its own video. So how do you check your credit score? I just really want you to note that checking your credit score is different than checking your credit report. They're 2 different things. Now, your credit score, checking it will not hurt your credit score, okay? Remember, there are a whole bunch of different credit scores, so you want to keep in mind that whatever place you're checking for your credit score, you keep checking in that space because it will be weighed the same. Just note that your score can change on an up to weekly basis because all of your lenders will be on a different timeline for reporting to the different bureaus. Some credit card companies and some national bank chains actually provide to you your FICO score. You just have to navigate through their app or the website to get it. Again, keep on that particular one so you can see your score as it changes across time because they'll be using the same type of data. If you prefer online, there are some other options. So a free option is NerdWallet, which gives you your Vantage score 3.0. Then there's Credit Karma, that will give you your TransUnion and your Equifax score. And then Credit Sesame also will give you your Vantage score. So just remember that these scores will give you a good idea, but not a perfect idea of where you stand because each lender may use a different scoring model as well as additional factors to determine your trustworthiness in terms of paying back their money. But it's always good to know where you're at so that way you don't waste your time just in case you need to work on your credit score. Well, I hope that you found this general video about credit scores helpful. If you learned something new, please click the thumbs up button. If there's any additional questions on credit scores and other financial topics, please leave me a comment below and I'll be happy to make a video for you. The next video is going to be on the FICO score and then it will be on Vantage score, and those are the two predominant players in the credit score field. For more financial videos, please subscribe and click the bell to be notified for the next time I upload a video. Well, I hope you have a great one. Bye!